يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه
أفلا يتدبرون القرآن ولو كان من عند غير الله لوجدوا فيه اختلافا كثيرا.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا كتب عليكم القصاص في القتلى. So these are the verses from Surah Al Baqarah, the verse number 178 to the verse number 182. Inshallah, we're going to learn today. As I mentioned, so many times, the Surah Al Baqarah has been arranged a kind to the dua of Ibrahim alayhi salam. Ibrahim alayhi salam asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to send a messenger who is going to purify the people, recite the verses of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, going to teach them the rules and laws of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The way Ibrahim alayhi salam asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala send a new messenger, and Surah Al Baqarah has been arranged according to that. The summary of the dua of Ibrahim alayhi salam is that this new ummah will have certain values to attain. What are those values? To have iman in Allah, trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Islam, to surrender to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, full submission to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wherever He commands something, must surrender. In the path of Allah, if you have any difficulty, any problem, must do sabr, patience. Whenever you get any favor from Allah, thank Him, shukr. Be kind to the people. Remember the day of judgment. Fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. These are the core values for the religion that was taught by Ibrahim alayhi salam and for which Allah sent the messenger Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam to teach people that everybody must do this before they die. Yani we have duty to have sabr before we die. We have duty to learn shukr before we die. So all these qualities must be attained. For example, it could be possible that you, sometime in the life, you fail to do sabr. Fine, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give you another time and test you again. Next time, make effort to pass the test. Third time, fourth time, until people die, they will have many chances to correct themselves. Similarly, it could be possible that you got favor from Allah and you did not thank Him. Okay, He will give you another chance. Third chance, fourth chance, until you learn how to thank Him. He is kind, He is Rahman Rahim. He wants people to do all these qualities before they die. Iman, sabr, shukr, in life, do. Until it becomes shukr, becomes your way of life all the time. But the problem in this world is, because when Allah created the people, He created them with the needs. Needs is that you need to eat and drink. You need to have a space where you can have your house, where you can live. You need to earn money. All these things are there. You can't worship Allah if you don't eat. You cannot be pious, you cannot be a good Muslim unless you earn money. You have to look after your family. All these needs are there. When people look after the needs and they want to become, to have enough money to feed their families, problems arise. So that's why Ibrahim alayhi salam made dua that my ummah, these new people, when they purify themselves, they become pure and good obedient. Give them guidance so they don't fight each other. They don't become jealous. They don't compete each other. They live in this world in peace. If they live in the peace, then they can worship you. So how they can live in peace? If they follow the commands of Allah, obey His rules. So Ibrahim alayhi salam made dua, oh Allah, give them rules, teach them the rules. That is called in the Quran Al-Kitab. So now the rules are starting in this surah. And rules are very important because when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted to create Adam alayhi salam, to the angel said, I am going to create those people who are going to cause corruption, mischief in the world. They're going to shed the blood. So that question came from very beginning. Similarly, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that we offered, presented the amana to to the mountains, to the earth, to the skies, all of them refused to carry it. Except human being, he carried. And Allah said, "Innahu kana zaluman jahula." Human being is zaloom, not only zalim, zaloom. It does zulm and jahul, so ignore it. So that is the problem for us people really is, that in this world when we live together, we don't see what we need. We look for what we desire. That is the problem comes. If people want to get enough money that they need, everybody will in peace. It is enough really for everybody. According to the need. But still you can see everybody has so much in the bank, so much food. If people actually what they don't need, give to the needy people, there will be no poverty on the face of the earth. There are people who have billions and billions of pounds and they don't need them. Still they cheat. Just ask them, why are you cheating? For example, somebody who is hungry, he does not have food, he steals. We can understand because he wants to save his life. But somebody who has got billions and billions of pounds, why he cheats? What makes him to cheat? And why he wants to become the richest person on the face of the earth? This is the desire. So the command of Allah has been, don't follow the desire. In this world, you only are going to get what you need and suffice with that. Be content and spend rest of the time to get the values. Become pious, become good person. So enough food, enough to drink, a good house, marriage, family, what need you. Then rest of the time you spend what? To worship me, to obey me. When you come to me, you come as a pure person. But the problem really is what we have been created to do, that we don't do. We don't worship him. We don't obey him. We don't want to thank him. We don't want to be patient. We rather really are busy to compete each other to get more money, more houses, more cars, everything more. Desire. You need one car, but you want to have more. You can have a small car is enough for you, but you want to big, compete other people. Most time when we have all these resources, not because we need them, rather we want to compete other people. It's our desire inside there. A small house could be fine for many people, but we want to have bigger house, more than one house. That the problem of saying that in India is, one Indian wise person says that if you get 3 elephants tied to your house, because elephant is very big, and it's a very precious. It's not easy. It is very expensive. You can't buy an elephant so easily. So if somebody has got 3 elephants, he's a rich man. So he said, if you get 3 elephants tied to your house, don't be happy, because you are also tied with 3 elephants. So, this is the thing. If you have got 2 cars, it is not that 2 cars are tied to you. You are tied to 2 cars. Insurance, this thing, that expenses, your more time goes there. Whenever people get things more than what they need, they basically destroy themselves. They harm themselves. That's the problem really is. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to make very clear, if you want to make competition, compete in shukr, thanking. Compete in kindness. وَفِي ذَلِكَ فَلْيَتَنَافَسِ الْمُتَنَافِسُونَ. Good values, you should compete. Don't compete people in the houses, in the money, in the food. Don't compete that. It is going to destroy you, because you're going to leave everything behind. You end up make so much effort to get all those things, and you're going to leave them behind. What you take with you is these good values: thanking, belief, sabr, shukr. Then compete in that. Make effort to become more thankful than other people. Make effort to become more patient than other people. Then you come to me, I love you, and I reward you. But if you compete people to have many, many palaces, when you die, you are going to leave them behind. Shah Jahan in India, he built Taj Mahal. So what happened? He is buried in Taj Mahal. He did not take the Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal now is actually owned by other people. Shah Jahan built in India Red Fort. Red Fort now is owned by Indian government, not by Muslims. So he built so many buildings, he died and left everything behind. Nothing went with him. That is the story actually Ibrahim also wanted to remind the people. That, oh people, spend your time just to worship your Lord. And you need food? Okay, earn money and eat food. But don't earn more than you need, because when you do that, it is going to harm you. It is going to take your time. So what happens is, when people start competing in this world, then jealousy comes, hatred comes, and the problem happens. Then sometime out of jealousy, out of hatred, people kill each other. Even they take the blood of each other. We consider it, the whole world is full of the killing. Even brothers kill the brothers. Actually, children kill their own father. Sometimes people kill their own mothers. So many killing happening. Why? If you look behind really, why do you need to kill somebody? You know, the land of Palestine, Jews and Muslims and Christians, all of them can live in peace. It's enough for everybody. But some people, they think they are the only one, they have to stay there, everybody has to leave. Allah has given the land, everybody can live there. But no, some people think, no, we need to live, nobody else can have. That's where the problem really is. So that's why Ibrahim made dua that, oh Allah, teach these peoples those rules. If they follow them, then they can live in this world peacefully. So one of the rules was that don't kill anybody. Don't kill any soul, any human being. And Allah made very clear to the Jews, and then repeated in the Quran to Muslims as well, that killing one human being is like killing the whole universe, everybody. Don't, every life is sacred. Given by me, you have no right to take it. Allah made it very, very clear, but still don't you see Muslims also kill? Not the non-Muslims kill. Muslims kill. You know, can see in Iraq and Syria, most time the fighting is between Muslims. Muslims kill each other. Sunni kill Shia, Shia kill Sunni. Can't Shia and Sunni live together in peace? They can live, but they kill. That is the problem really. So for that purpose, Allah revealed, you know, according to Ibrahim alayhi dua to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, rules and laws, so people don't kill, you know, and they avoid the killing. So one of the important command about the killing was that if somebody kills someone intentionally, then that person should be killed properly. So what happens is one or two revenge happen by the state, then nobody will have courage to kill anybody. One thing. Similarly, for example, if somebody steals, cut the hand of the thief, then all society will know really he's a thief, and then next time nobody will have courage to steal other people's money. So the rules have been very strict. Why? To protect people's life and to protect people's property. So one of the rules was that when somebody kills someone, kill that person. An-nafsu bin-nafs. Somebody kills someone, kill that person. Al-aynu bil-ayn. If somebody takes somebody's eye, you have a right to take eye that person. Every single thing, proper revenge. Though it looks very severe, but actually it's very important to protect the life of the people. But the problem really is nobody implements these laws. If people do this thing, then who is going to kill anybody? Ibrahim alayhi demand was the law should be very strict, very strong, that nobody can dare really to kill anybody. Second thing is that in the law of Ibrahim has been that, okay, if people, killing is the problem, and maybe the people who are brothers of the killed person, they say, okay, we don't want to kill, so at least they should be given money, ransom, blood money. So blood money is going to be very huge. It's huge money really. It can help the people whose father or brother has been killed, and also it's huge money. So next time when people have to kill someone, they have to think that they have to pay such huge money. So these verses, they are teaching us that whenever a killing happens, then should be proper finding, investigation, and once it is established that this person is the one who killed, then he must pay a proper money. The blood money in those days used to be, to 100 camels. So 100 camels, people, 100 camels are huge money. So much money has to be paid. So that ransom money that has been also in the other, money. And so Quran says, Ya ayyuhal ladhina amanu kutiba alaykumul qisasu fil qatla. O believers, O those who believe. You see how Quran acts, that even believers can kill really. And Quran says, you believe in me. So if you kill, listen to me, obey me. I can purify you, I can clean you. So O believers, Kutiba alaykum al-qisas. Qisas has been written upon you. Qisas means to make things equal. Qassa yaqus in Arabic language means if somebody walks, then you walk on his footstep, that is qisas. Because you basically walking with him. It's like equality. Similarly, story. When you tell a story, is that called in Arabic language qissa. So qissa is also equality because you narrate events as they happen. You make them similar. So the word qisas, qissa, all of means to make something equal. So how you make somebody has been killed, how to make equal? One way is kill that person. If Zaid kills Bakr, kill Zaid as well. So it's become equal. Other way is don't kill Zaid, but at least Zaid has to pay enough money to in the future nobody kills anybody. So in this verse, Allah is teaching people to pay the money. About the killing, there are other verses in the Quran, an-nafs bin-nafs. So Quran says, qisas has been made obligatory upon you, fil qatala, about the killed people. So whenever somebody is killed, there is qisas, the equality, meaning it, you have to pay ransom money. And the money is different for a kind to the people in the state society. As for the life, it is all same. So when it happens to revenge, if a man kills a woman, he will be killed. A woman kills a man, she will be killed. If a slave kills a free man, he will be killed. If a free person kills a slave, he will be killed. If two people kill one person, both will be killed. So when it comes to take the revenge of the life, then it will be same. Even 10 people will kill for one person. It was same. When it comes to the money, then Islam looks really that in the society who is more important. So for example, a man has got a duty to earn money to feed his parent, to feed his family, his children. He has more value. When he is killed, so many people are being harmed. When a woman is being killed, nobody depends upon her. She has no expenses. So then the money ransom, the money for women will be less. As for life, the same. If her family wants to take a revenge by life, it will be the same. If somebody kills a woman, he will be killed. But if they want to settle the money, then the blood money for the woman will be less compared to the man. Similarly, blood money for a slave will be less compared to the free person. Is it clear to everybody? Life is same. So if people want to take revenge, if a man kills a woman and the woman's family want to take revenge, then the man will be killed. But if the woman's family are happy to take money, then the blood money for the woman will be less than the man. Why? Not because her life is not precious. The reason is because the people who depend upon her, they are not same as the people who depend on the men. Is it clear? So basically, blood money is a kind to the dependence. How many people depend upon you? Slaves, nobody depend. So their blood money will be less. So Quran says, al-hurru bil-hurr. When a free person kills someone, then the blood money he has to pay, it will be the blood money of a free person. Wal-abdu bil-abd. If somebody kills a slave, then the blood money will be blood money of a slave. Wal-untha bil-untha. If somebody kills a female, a woman, then blood money to be paid will be the blood money of the female. Is it clear to everybody? So it is about blood money. When it comes to take life, the other qisas, it is all same then. If a man kills a woman, he will be killed. If a man kills a slave, he will be killed. If two people kill one person, two people will be killed. So when it comes to take revenge by life, then all the lives are same. Because the Quran says, an-nafsu bin-nafs. But when you agree to settle the whole thing in the money, then the judge will say, money will be different. For some people, this amount, for some people, the other amount. That what Quran made very clear. You cannot change it. This law from Allah, it cannot be changed. So that is made very clear. فَمَنْ أُفِيَ لَهُ مِنْ أَخِيهِ شَيْءٌ فَاتِّبَاعٌ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ. If the family of the person who has been killed, they say, we drop some money or we forgive, then it should be followed. Then, then people should not demand more. If he said, everybody should accept that and accept. The Quran basically wants to remind the people, killing happen, make effort to forgive everybody. So if they forgive or maybe drop part of the money, that can be allowed. فَاتِّبَاعٌ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ, follow that according to the known custom. So in Islam, really, there are two types of laws. One law is the law of society, meaning it how the good people, they behave, how they understand, how they help. That is Quran always. The Quran calls of ma'ruf. You must refer to the way of the good people in the society. Then after that, what happens? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for some specific thing, He reveals His own commands. Wahy revelation? When that comes, to that gets precedence over the ma'ruf. So Allah said, in this matter, follow the ma'ruf. How the Arab society, the people really, when somebody forgives, people become kind and they don't make any harassment, anything. وَأَدَاءٌ إِلَيْهِ بِإِحْسَانٍ. His family had dropped half of the money. Now rest half is left. So don't keep making problem. Go and pay that with good intention. Because sometimes people think, oh, half have been dropped, let me make effort. If they can drop even more and more, Quran said no. They already have been so generous. They did not take revenge. They drop half of the money. Now half is left. Go and pay properly. Ihsan. ذَلِكَ تَخْفِيفٌ مِّن رَبِّكُمْ. That is something Allah has made lighter for you. Otherwise, He could have commanded, there's no takhfif, no light. It will be always full revenge. But Allah allowed you that you can settle matter, people can forgive each other. So this from your Lord. وَرَحْمَةٌ, and Allah wants to make a mercy upon you, kindness upon you. فَمَنِ اعْتَدَى بَعْدَ ذَلِكَ فَلَهُ عَذَابٌ أَلِيمٌ. If after all this settlement, people aggress and people exceed the limit, then they will get painful punishment. So that reminder from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that the full justice never can be achieved in this world. The real justice will be in the day of judgment. Without the day of judgment, there is no justice. So in this world, laws of Allah are there. If people have good intention, they can follow them. But not necessarily they can do full justice. Some people have bad intention or wrong thing, so they will bribe and this and that. So Allah says, okay, if somebody does like that, don't worry, you will come to me. So there will be full punishment, and then I'll take, take revenge. And then Quran says, وَلَكُمْ فِي الْقِصَاصِ حَيَاتٌ يَا أُولِي الْأَلْبَابِ. O the people of the sense. This settlement that, if somebody kills someone, he should be killed or take blood money, don't think it is really too much for you. Actually, it is to protect your life. In the qisas, their life for you. So if you kill one person, then the whole society becomes safe. If you cut one person's hand, then all the hands become safe. Otherwise, you earn money with your hands, bring it to your house, and somebody comes and steal it. So when you cut one hand, every hand becomes safe. Then they earn money and they're safe. When you kill one person, then every life becomes safe. So Allah said, don't make qisas as some burden upon you. I made law of qisas to give you life. In the qisas, their life for you. Oh, people are think about that. Try to understand. لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ, so you can start avoiding disobedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that was the law about the life. That life must be protected. Then the ruling comes about the money. Problem happens is when somebody dies, then what he has left behind, people start cheating. So in Islam, in the beginning of Islam, it was obligatory on the dying person, he must make a will. So then nobody can take anything by force, people have to follow the will. Later on, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ruled to the people the law of inheritance. That if somebody dies, the father gets this money, mother gets this, wife gets this, children get, follow that. And Muslims, they have different societies. You could be that you live in a society where the inheritance law cannot be implemented. Okay, if you cannot implement it, then right will. So will and inheritance, both are important in Islam. So that Allah made obligatory that when somebody dies, they right to will. But the problem is, if we don't obey Allah, what can happen? Now see in India and Pakistan and Bangladesh, all these societies, Allah has made very clear that when somebody dies, how the inheritance will happen. But has been for long tradition in India and Pakistan and other countries, the people don't give the women their share. Everything taken by the men. Allah made the rule, but we don't want to follow. That's why, there in ulama in India, that every Muslim in India eats haram. Because they never give the share of the sisters, nothing, to eating haram. And this haram goes from family to the family. When somebody dies, his shares become obligatory for all the people, for the men, for women. So for example, if somebody dies and he leaves one son and one daughter, to according to the Qur'an, the whole property should be divided to 3 parts. 2 will go to the son and 1 to the daughter. But people don't want to give to the daughter anything. So here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made obligatory before the inheritance law that when somebody dies, write down will. Like in this country, the government has not going to follow Islamic law. So you have to write will. So Allah said, write the will. And when death comes, sometimes people know really they're going to die. Sometimes death can happen by suddenly. But when you know really that you have got illness, going to die, write down the will. Al-Wasiyya. If you leave any money, make a will. Lil walidaini, that will should be for the parents, because parents are very weak. Mostly children take everything. So parents, wal aqrabin, and then other relatives. Bil ma'aruf, according to the known custom of your society. That how much people give to the parent, how much they give to wife, make all that. Haqqan ala al-muttaqeen, that has been made obligatory on the people who fear Allah. It made obligatory. So this is the thing. Either you distribute your wealth according to the inheritance law. If that is not possible, then the best thing is write down the will. Like in this kind. Maybe you can write down the will according to the inheritance law. That when I die, distribute my property according to the Quran, or distribute my property, according to the way of Imam. You make an appointment an Imam, and he will be in charge to distribute the property or wealth. That could happen. So you make a will like that. So that has been made obligatory. If you know in certain cases your inheritance law cannot be applied, then make a will. Quran says this is obligatory on all the people who fear Allah. It is not something choice. Either your property will be distributed according to inheritance law of Islam. If that does not happen, then you must write down the will, and it will should include these people, at least the parent, the other relatives who depend upon you. The will should be for your wife, for your husband, for your children. It will should include those people. Don't deprive anybody. Include everybody. فَمَنْ بَدَّلَهُ بَعْدَ مَا سَمِعَهُ فَإِنَّمَا إِثْمُهُ عَلَى الَّذِينَ يُبَدِّلُونَهُ. Once the will has been read down, and the dying person, he read the will to all the people, then nobody has a right to change it. So sometimes they change it and go lawyer and that type of, people have got, wrong signature. All this all corruption going on in this world really. Just last week, somebody phoned me from India that, this person wanted to deprive his wife from all the property. He got her son's signature and all the papers, and she gave all the wealth to his new wife, and all these the people do cheating. She even did not know really what happened. He just made signature. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, if people do this thing, فَإِنَّمَا إِثْمُهُ عَلَى الَّذِينَ يُبَدِّلُونَهُ. If people do, then there still be on those who change. And sin is much more dangerous than any harm. People don't understand really that in this world, if people take revenge from you, it's just much, much better. If they don't take revenge from you and you die with the sin, then the harm will be much more severe. Because Allah's punishment is not like this world's punishment. In this world, you lose 100 pounds in the will, or 2,000 pounds, or one property, one house. There will be hellfire. It's not an easy thing. So sin is much more dangerous. Inna Allaha Sami'un Alim. Allah hears everything and knows everything. So what it means? It means if He knows and hears, He will punish. If He does not know, then you can do whatever you like. But He knows everything. He hears it. You can't escape Him. He is there. That's what He wants to remind you, that whenever you change anything, Allah knows it. Allah sees it. You don't need, he does not need any proof. He knows directly. You are not going to give bribery to the witness. No, he knows himself what to do. That actually what believers should understand. Whenever two people do talk, Allah is the third. Actually, when myself in my mind make a plan to cheat someone or to harm someone, Allah reads my plan before even I know. That's how much he knows. He says he knows everything and he hears everything. فَمَنْ خَافَ مِنْ مُوصٍ جَنَفًا أَوْ إِثْمًا فَأَصْلَحَ بَيْنَهُمْ فَلَا إِثْمَ عَلَيْهِ. Sometimes it could be also possible that the one who is writing the will, the dying person, he cheats. He is not happy with some relative or something, so he wants to write all the will for one son, not the other one daughter, not the other one. Allah says even that is not allowed. If you think really it's going to happen, there are some people who should come and dictate to him and tell him, no, don't do this. Be just and fair. Don't deprive anybody. So that, and people who do this thing, they're good, don't get any sin. It's not that you're changing him. You're changing him for a good purpose. So changing the person who is making will for a good purpose, that's allowed. You are not allowed to corrupt him, but you are allowed to correct him. So if the person who is dying, he makes any problem, go and correct him. Remind him about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that don't do this, you're going to die. And soon going to be in front of your Lord. Don't deprive anybody. And many people do these things. They are not happy with somebody and then they don't want to give any will. Your properties are not your. When you die, they basically go to all these people. You can't stop it. You can't deprive anybody. Must make very clear and do things properly and with fear. فَلَا إِثْمَ إِنَّ اللَّهَ غَفُورٌ رَحِيمٌ. See how Allah actually, even if people have bad intention and then after that people made them to correct, Allah will forgive. Problem will happen when you die with the bad intention and you don't correct it. That's the problem really. When you distribute the inheritance and you don't do properly, then problem will be there. Otherwise, if people correct themselves before they die, Allah says, Inna Allaha Ghafurur Rahim, He's all forgiving, all merciful. Just think of how much Allah loves really. People do all the bad thing, all the wrong thing, all the sins, but they correct themselves before they die. Allah forgives. Correct. He does not want to take revenge really. He wants you to die with purity of the mind, purity of the heart. He gives you chance. See, somebody reminds you, to always will be happy when people remind you. Where somebody comes to you and says, don't do this wrong thing, you should be happy. In the society, as long as there are people who can remind you what is right and wrong, you should thank Allah. Then that is good society. If society becomes a way that you do whatever you want and nobody corrects you, then run away from the society. Then punishment of Allah will come and it's not easy for you. So always love those people who correct you. Like I'm teaching you, Imam's teaching. So when they give fatwa, teach you, even if God against you, love that. Because that is going to help you and give you a proper life. So I'll stop it here, and if you have any question, please ask.
Assalamu alaikum, Shaykh. My question is a bit different than what you just told this. I just got opportunity to ask that. In this changing world, social media and things are changing quite quickly. The right information, find the right information on the internet is very difficult now. Even one topic, you can a lot of things you can find with the same topic or same question. Yeah. Regarding kids, how do we influence our kids in regards to this changing world, the social media, so my question is just what can we help our kids in this changing world to be able to come closer to Allah and make them a better Muslim, better person in life?
Yeah, exactly. Very important question really. And no doubt, everybody should be worried that what happened in this world. What we are really, even the prophets and messengers, they are worried. Qur'an has mentioned the story, Yaqub al-Islam, who is such a great messenger. And his father Ishaq al-Islam was the messenger. His uncle Ismail was the messenger. And his grandfather Ibrahim was the leader of the messenger. Chosen family. And Yaqub, when he's dying, he leaves behind a messenger, Yusuf. The whole family is chosen. The first family on the face of the earth is family of Yaqub, such a chosen person. But when Yaqub is dying, you know what happened? Quran mentions that all the family people came, all children, grandchildren, all everybody came. And what Yaqub asked Ibrahim, Yaqub was not worried what they're going to eat, what they're going to drink. He had only one question. If they answered that, he will be happy. He asked all his children, grandchildren, one question, Ma ta'buduna min ba'di. Oh my children, oh my grandchildren, when I was alive, I looked after you, I supervised that you worship Allah. But when I die, what will you do? Who is going to worship? Though Yusuf is a messenger, still he wants to make sure. Then all of the children said, قَالُوا نَعْبُدُ إِلَهَكَ وَإِلَهَ آبَائِكَ إِبْرَاهِيمَ. So then they said, no, we are going to remain on the same path. Worship Allah and the Lord of your... Then he died in the peace. So that must be worry of every father, even if a messenger, that my family remained on the right path. The truth really is, in any condition, the way Allah has created the human being, He created them on the right path. So what we need to do is really make the children to start understanding their own nature. That Ibrahim, somewhere he was born, his father worshipped idols, he used to make idols, his family, all the people. But why still he's so clever? Because he used the mind. That's what we need to do, make the children to use the mind. So for example, when your children, wants to ask you to food, they want to know, oh my father, can you buy, fish and chips, or chicken and chips and this and that. To teach them that, oh my child, when you are hungry, think really what you need. You need a food which can give you energy and can give good health. You don't need a fish and chips. You need this thing. What is the best food that can give you energy and can make you healthy? Maybe an apple, maybe cucumber. Eat that. Follow that. Don't start following your taste and culture. When you make habit like that for every single matter, their nature says what is right. No nature says you smoke. Smoking is actually against the nature of the human being. They can understand this thing. To tell them that your life is so precious, you're going with friends and wasting time, does your nature say like that? Don't you think that much more values? When you spend time on the mobile phones and this and that, don't think to waste your time. That's what we need. We need them to understand their nature, their fitrah, and they use reason. Make the habit that everybody in your family uses the mind. Problem in the society is that everybody wants to follow other people. To your child, will say, oh, my father, I want to buy these shoes. Not because that's what he needs. His mind says, no, because that's what other children wear. So they want to follow other people. Make every child, everybody in your family, to understand their need, their fitrah, and their mind. Don't follow other people. The problem is following the culture and following other people. But human beings, if they raise questions to themselves, Allah will answer them. But they don't raise questions. They don't want to understand. They want to follow. The problem of the world, Quran says the problem of the world is that they follow the culture. If people follow the reason, they'll be guided. To make children to follow the reason. Yeah.
Brother is asking about inheritance. Is there an ideal time when someone should write a will? Or when does it become farz?
Yeah, meaning basically nobody knows when to die. But, more likely according to your health and this and that, whenever you think that is still time, because sometimes you are very, very young, so you're going to have more children. If you write now, then you have to change it again. So when, a time comes when you think more likely that, you don't have enough time, like when somebody becomes 60 or something like that in our time, if he has illness, like somebody gets cancer or something like that, and they think going to die, then they should write quickly. But somebody in good health, and they think they can live, and there's no reason. So if they delay, Allah will not punish them, because more likely they can. But one should not delay. Write it, and then in the future, if you get more children, or something changes, then change the will. You can't do that. To always be flexible, to write a will, but this will not be like lasting. If you're still alive, and there are some changes, for example, you wrote a will, and you had 4 sons, but after 5 years, you got one more son, 5, so then change the will, because the 5th one also deserves your wealth. So you should be flexible to keep changing until you die.
Would it be sufficient just to write a will that according to the Sharia? Would that be?
Yeah, so what happens is, I think in this country, what you can do, you can write a will, or maybe you can write in the will that after my death, my wealth should be disputed by this Imam, make him in charge. And talk to the Imam that when I die, distribute the wealth according to Islamic law. So you can make somebody responsible to execute your will. And that's what somebody who can trust, good person. Otherwise, write all the details as best as possible. You have a question?
One second. Just to add on that, Sheikh, for example, if somebody has a child or son or daughter who are wealthy, they have got a good job and good money, and you got another child who is less, are you allowed to give more to the one who's got less? Even though you're trying to be fair, but you feel that one has needs more than the other one, are you allowed to be difference or not?
You know, since Allah has revealed the law of inheritance, then you are not allowed to change inheritance for those who want to inherit. To your sons are sons. It doesn't matter who is rich, who is poor, all have same rights. You can't change the will for them. Same thing for your daughters, for your wife. For these people, Allah already made will. You can't change it. You have just follow that. You cannot do. But when you are alive, you can give something as a gift. Even the gift should be equal, but sometimes you can see really one child needs more money, more help, you can do it, or university fees. So as a gift, you are allowed to give more or something like that, but not cheating. Sometimes gift could be with intention that you want to help. No, if a genuine gift you can give, but otherwise inheritance should be for all those who are going to inherit in the book of Allah. It should be same as Allah wants. Don't change it.
So the culture within our community, especially India, Pakistan, is that talking about the women culture, not giving the inheritance to the women. It's that sometimes it's enforced upon them. So, for example, one brother has 5 sisters, and when the father passes away, the sisters are then obliged to give their share to the brother because that's the understood culture which you were talking about.
No, sisters must be given their share. And actually, the brother should be more generous to give them more. Because Qur'an said that men give women to more, that's better. And also think really, it's not your sister, her children. Basically, this property is going to go to your sister or through her to her sons. You're depriving so many people. You're not only depriving your sister, you deprive the whole, so nobody is allowed really, and sister should not do this. What should happen is, first thing is give your sister. After taking that money, if willingly they want to give someone, that's fine. But make them owner. That's it. Don't take them before giving them. Give them, make them owner, and after that, if they want to give gifts to someone, they think one of my brothers is weak, that's fine. Anybody can gift to anybody. But men should be more generous. That's what Quran says. Men should be more generous.
Okay. Do stepchildren have the same rights as your own children?
No, when man dies, his children will inherit. If he has got a children from his wife, they are not his children, they don't inherit. When she will die, then they will inherit. So everybody's inheritance will go to his own children, not the children of the wife. And when a wife dies, her children, not the children of the husband from another wife. To try to understand, everybody, Allah has made very clear for everybody. So I die, my children will inherit. But if I got my wife, she has children from other husband, then they will not inherit me. If my wife dies, all her children will inherit. But if I've got children, from other wife other than her, they will not inherit. So you are inherited by your children, not the children of your wife. To understand, so those children who are your wife's children, your children, they will inherit. But those who are only children of your wife, they're not your children, they will not inherit. Is it clear?
Jazakallah, Sheikh, mashallah. So one quick question, normally in our culture, if son has passed away, for example.
Can you make a clue? Yes.
Son has passed away.
Yeah.
father parents are alive, so how does it well distributes if he has the children?
Yeah, so what happens is if somebody dies and he leaves behind children and also he leaves parent. So then the way will be that if there are, did he leave also son or just daughters?
He has two sons, for example.
Two sons. Okay.
Grandchildren.
So what will happen is then the mother and father, they will get each one of them 1/6 of the property. 1/6 will go to father and 1/6 to the mother. The rest will be inherited by these two sons. Then make the rest of them two shares, two parts. One go to one son, one go to one son. Yeah, first will be given to the parent. 1/6 to each one of them. Once they get, the rest property will be distributed between two sons equally.
Exactly.
If the son dies, like the property of from the granddad, if it needs to go into inheritance, so will it go to his grandchildren if the son dies?
So, once somebody dies, his sons will inherit, not the sons of the sons. If there are no sons, that's fine. So, for example, he had two sons, and one of them died, and that son had some children. Those children will not inherit. His son will inherit. But what happens is, the grandfather, he can make a will for them. If he thinks they're poor or something, he can make a will. So I have written actually an article in Urdu about the grandchildren if their father had died. What will happen? So I made very clear. Basically, the simple thing is, then grandfather should make a will. The best thing is to make them safe. If their father had left a lot of property, then fine. If did not leave anything, then the grandfather should, his son will inherit anyway, but the other children whose father had died, write a will for them. That's all.
So my question is, if a husband dies and in the house he leaves a wife and children and all his money is attached to the house, do they have to leave the house when he dies to split the inheritance?
Yeah, meaning is when he dies, even the house will be distributed between the inheritors. When he died, if he has got children and wife, then a wife will get 1/8 of the old property, 1/8. And then what is left will be distributed among the children. If there are sons and daughters, so, son will get double of the daughters. If all sons, they will get equally distributed. If they can think really, they want to allow their mothers to stay there, up to them. They can give to the house, or maybe they can say, you stay there, we are not going to sell the property, and we'll make a register that, we are owned. They can own on the paper. They don't need to sell. They can own the property on the paper properly, that this part
have the shares accordingly.
Yeah, they cannot share. They don't need really to sell unless they dispute and fight. But if they want to live in peace, they can make all the share registered properly, and then they live as they live. Up to them.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. Sheikh, the wasiyat has to be done only for the 1/3 property, right?
Yeah, 1/3 of property when there is Islamic law and people inherit properly. But in this country, there's no Islamic law. So you have to make a will for whole property. But it can't do Islamic law. That's what I'm saying, the whole property. Otherwise, in normal cases, like if you live in Pakistan where there's no Islamic law, then you don't need to make a will. You die and everybody knows. But in those countries where people don't follow Islamic law, you need to write a will for everything.
وإذا جاءهم أمر من الأمن أو الخوف أذاعوا به ولو ردوه إلى الرسول وإلى أولي الأمر منهم لعلمه الذين يستنبطونه منهم ولولا فضل الله عليكم ورحمته لاتبعتم الشيطان إلا قليلا.
صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما.